YouTube. What's up, baby? We back in this thing again with another review. This is Q's Insight. I am Cali, and today we're going to be continuing down the road on our Cowboy Bebop live action series on Netflix, and we on episode 9 today, baby, entitled Blue Crow Waltz. Man, let's get into it. As always, premise, 3 favorite scenes, episode grade, and then we on to the next one, right? So, episode 9. So in this episode, we're kind of seeing the history between Vicious and Spike. Man, before I start anything, I think that they should have made a season just with Vicious and Spike and led up to all this stuff to happen. Because the chemistry that they have together, the stories they could have told, the episodes they could have told, and us seeing Vicious, you know what I'm saying, become Spike and see Vicious actually becoming Vicious, like, and seeing Julia becoming like it would have been dope, bro. Like y'all missed out on that. Maybe y'all can do that for the next season or something like that, bro. But that would have been slick, bro. That would have been real slick, bro. So, anyways, you got the opening, Vicious and Spike, in the old days with the banter, and it was like I didn't expect them to have like that type of chemistry, but they had really good chemistry. It's like almost like he was part of the Space Cowboys or something. I was like, bro, like this is dope. So you see them having a banter. Spike and Vicious end up killing like this cop, bro, and after they're done, this lady shows up with her kid, and you're like, yo, don't kill her, da 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 da. And Spike is like, you know what? Get out of here. You didn't see nothing. Get out of here. And so they let him go. And then from there, we end up getting Spike and Vicious, and they go to the syndicate, and well, they call this guy named Stacks, and they're like, hey, you know, we got the mark. You know what I'm saying? And so they go meet up with Stacks, and Stacks tell him like, hey, the elders want you to make this deal with the Neptune cartel, and you know, Stacks tells Spikes to watch Vicious because he knows. We know Vicious, bro. We know that he's a little off. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the only reason why he made it as far as he did was because, you know, Spike, which is his name is Fearless. You know, when he was in the syndicate, but Spike, you know, kind of kept him in check whenever he would go off the rails, you know what I'm saying? Or would try to make things better, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know, Vicious would mess up. So, so like I said, Stacks is like, yo, watch him, you know what I'm saying? Make sure everything goes smoothly. And so, we go and, Spike goes to see Anna and is having small talk because they go to her bar. And so you're seeing the relationship that they had, you know what I'm saying, when they first kind of started off. It was cool to see that too. And she doesn't have a limp, you know what I'm saying? You find out why she gets a limp later on. And then Anna goes to go talk to her singer to make sure she's ready to perform, you know what I'm saying? And the singer's throwing up or whatever. And then Julia happens to be behind the singer, and she's like, Anna's like, you know what, it's your turn. You gonna sing it. She's like, no, I can't do this. She's like, look, you're gonna do it. And it's gonna be good. So she makes Julia sing, and it's dope, you know what I'm saying? And Spike and Vicious are drinking and talking about their future and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Once Vicious becomes a higher up in the syndicate, you know what I'm saying? He's like, you know what, bro? To Spike, he's like, you know what? Like, you've been my brother from day one. You know what I'm saying? As I rise, you rise with me. You feel me? Like, I wouldn't be where I'm at without you. So I like Vicious and Spike had a good connection, bro. Like, it's crazy, bro, right? And so, you know, as they're talking or whatever, as soon as Julia comes to perform, they both of their eyes run to her. You feel me? Like they're watching her intently. You feel me? And you can tell they really like Julia, right? And then we go from there. We got Vicious and Julia getting to know each other. He made the move first. He made the move first for her. So I didn't know that. I thought maybe Spike was going out with her, and then, you know, Vicious saw that and was like, yo, I want her, and, you know, I'm killing him for her or whatever. Nah, like, That's not exactly what happened. Like Vicious made Julia pretty much his at first. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know that. That was a cool little revealing little situation right there. Um, so like I said, Vicious and Julia get to know each other a little bit more. Stacks meets up with Vicious and Spike and tell them, it's time to make the deal happen. But when they go do it, they can't be armed. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to be, just clean, present by themselves. They could take some henchmen with them, but they can't go in the deal armed. You know what I'm saying? Um, so then we skip from there. Anna ends up making Julia her headliner. So that was cool. You see how she kind of, got to make her singing career happen. Um, and then we after that we get Vicious. I guess in the meeting something went awry, and he tried to cut off uh, the Neptune cartel dude that they were talking to. He tried to cut off their hand. So that's bad news bears. You know what I'm saying? That the deal ain't gonna go through, and also you're gonna get in trouble for that. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, after that, Vicious, you know, Vicious gets drunk with and Julia meets him at the bar with Spike as well. You feel me? And so Vicious is getting drunk, but and Julia kind of senses something's wrong, and he's like, "Nah, I'm good, whatever." You know what I'm saying? So she ends up telling him like, "Hey, I'm actually gonna be headlining for Anna's, bar or whatever." He doesn't make no comment, but then Spike does. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Good job." You know what I'm saying? That's a cool little gig you got, whatever. And then Julia ends up asking, Vicious to dance, but he doesn't want to dance. He's like, "I'd rather just drink." I'm cool on that. And he tells her to go dance with Spike. So her and Spike go out to the dance floor. They're dancing, and they're having a good time. And then there's a moment when they get real close, and you're like, "Uh oh, bro!" Like, you know what I'm saying? They have some chemistry between themselves. It's gonna be kind of bad. You know what I'm saying? Um. So, anyways, after that, they all leave. Vicious sees this Neptune member, um, and I think his name is Kaching. And so, in the midst of them all having fun and talking and stuff like that, he runs the guy over and gets out and starts like beating him up or whatever. And Julia and Spike tell him to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like Julia doesn't want that to happen just in general, but Spike knows that like if you're doing this, bro, it's gonna mess up the connection that we're trying to build with the syndicate and the and the Neptune cartel. So you gonna ruin that, bro. We gonna get in even more trouble. You tried to cut this dude hand off. Now you about to kill him. You trying to beat him up and stuff like that, bro. Like, come on, you got to be thinking smarter than that. Um. So, anyways, as he's beating him up and stuff like that, Vicious turns around and says, "Look, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna handle this. You take Julia home, and I'll see y'all later." And so that's what happens. He stays there, and he ends up beating the dude up real bad and torturing the dude, like, really bad, and pretty much kills the guy, bro. And he's doing this out in the middle of the street where there's a lot of eyes that can see what's going on. So come on, bro. And in the midst of him doing all of that, Spike does take Julia home, and then they end up hooking up. So I don't, I don't know, man. So anyways, they hook up, and they like fall in love. You feel me? Like from that point, they fall in love. Um. So what ends up happening, bro, is Stacks finds out that Kaching is dead, and he calls in Spike, and he's like, "Yo, like, were you with your partner last night at 3 a.m.?" And he's like playing dumb. He's like, "Bro, don't play dumb with me. Like, this is a crazy situation that's already happened. I don't got no time for BS, bro. Were you with your partner?" And he's like, "No, I wasn't." You know what I'm saying? Like, da 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 da. And then Stacks is like, "Look, like Kaching ended up dying last night. We both know it was Vicious. He screwed up. You know what I'm saying?" And then Spike is like, "No, it was me. It was me." He's like, "Bro, like, don't lie to me." You know what I'm saying? That's not you're not that type of character. You wouldn't do that. Like, you know what to do and what not to do. Vicious doesn't know what to do and what not to do. So he did it. And he's like, the syndicate, once it's made right, the elders told me to, have Vicious assassinated. And, Spike is like, bro, like, the elders, his dad is in the elders. Like, why would you think he's gonna be alright with that? And then he's like, his dad was the one to commission his death. It's like, yo, that's crazy, bro. Like, so, and then he's like, look, like, they want you to do it. And Spike is like, no, I'm not gonna do that. That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? He's looked out for me. He saved me, and that's why we're brothers. You know what I'm saying? But then Stax is like, okay, we'll get someone else to do it, but we just figured that you make his death fast instead of it be a slow one. And he's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? You got a point right there. I'm gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? So that's that right there. So Spike goes to kill Vicious. And as right before he's about to do it, Vicious is telling him a story about his mom dying and how his dad was like, like ruthless towards him and everything like that. And it just was like, yo, like, this is my brother, bro. And then, like, he's twisted, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't mean to be this way. And, like, things are happening in his life to push him towards this way. I can't kill him, you know what I'm saying? He's helped me out for so long. I can't kill him. And so by the end of that conversation, Vicious is like, you need to get out of here because they're going to come after me. They're going to kill me for what I did. And Spike is like, I'm not going to let that happen, bro. I'll see you later. Bro. So anyways, Vicious ends up still staying where he's at. And then we see Spike, and he goes to the Neptune cartel and kills all of them by himself, bro. He kills all of them by himself. That was the best scene I have seen so far in this show. That was the best scene. He killed everybody. And within that, you know what I'm saying, you clear Vicious's name. You know what I'm saying? Because now you could just take over what they had going on. And, you know what I'm saying, there ain't nobody complaining about it because everybody did. So, and he ended up, there was this girl, after he killed everybody, there was this lady, it was this little girl that seen, what happened. He's like, look, you don't say nothing, you go ahead and go out of here. She leaves and he shoots her, bro. And that's how you know that, things have become too much, because he basically broke his code. He said he would never kill no ladies, no kids, you know what I'm saying? And he ended up killing a young lady that was a kid, you know what I'm saying? So that's when he knew that, his things are getting too heavy. He needs to get out of here. So he wants to quit working for the syndicate, wants to get some papers, fake a new life, and take Julia with him. So he goes to Anna, tries to get the paperwork done. Anna doesn't want to do it at first, but then she has so much love and respect for Spike that she ends up doing it for him. And so, he ends up going to the meetup spot, and he tells Anna, like, hey, look, I'm saying, I got these paperwork, I guess, for me and you. Let's run away. Let's do this. I'm saying, I'm leaving the syndicate. She's like, she doesn't want to do it at first. But then she's like, you know what? I love you too. I'm saying, we both in love. We'll do whatever we got to do. So they're planning to meet up later on that night to actually leave. And then we cut to Vicious, and his dad comes in and is like, yo, like, I guess everything is okay. All of Neptune's workers are dead, you know what I'm saying? Da-da-da. I can't believe he did this good job. And he's like, he was drunk or whatever. He woke up from a sleep because his dad came in, and he's like, yeah, I did it. Da-da-da. His dad punches him in the stomach. He's like, don't you lie to me, you know what I'm saying? I know that you didn't do it. The only person that's been saving you all this time was Spike. So Spike had to have done it, you know what I'm saying? And you know what? While you was out doing that, Spike was actually with Julia, and they hooked up. And so Vicious goes crazy. And of course, you know what that means, right? So as Anna's packed her bag and ready to go leave and meet up with Spike so they can, make their plans and make their own life outside of the syndicate, one of Vicious's henchman comes up to Julia and is like, look, you gotta come to the house with me. It's bad things happening tonight. You want to be safe, right? So make sure you come with me to the house. So Julia puts down her bag. She goes with the lady to so that way she can go to Vicious's house and be safe or whatever, right? And then we cut to Spike, and he's smoking a cigarette waiting for Julia to show up, and she never shows up. But who does show up is Vicious with a lot of henchmen. And he's like, like, you're my brother, da da da, and you hooked up with my girl, and all the stuff like that, and I thought we were family and stuff. And so, they start busting shots at Spike, and Spike starts shooting people back, but he's overwhelmed with the amount of henchmen that are there and Vicious that's there, and they're all shooting at him at the same time. And they shoot him, and he falls off this building or whatever, and into this river, it seems like. And I guess that's how it played out, where in which they thought that he was dead, but he really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? They find out that later on, all the stuff that we've been covering through this whole show happened. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy to see the fallout between the two, man. This was a dope episode for sure. Some of my favorite scenes was the opening scene, bro. Just the banter between Spike and Vicious, and them taking out the like cop or whatever, and the way that went, that was crazy, bro. Like, Vicious is vicious, bro, right? And then another one of my scenes would be the love/torture. And what I mean by that is when you had Vicious killing and torturing Kaching, and at the same time the scene cutting away to Julia and Spike actually hooking up and falling in love. Like, that was a crazy little thing, you feel me, to see. So that was another scene. And the third scene would just be when Spike kills and clears out everybody, bro. Like, he literally he took out everybody, bro. Like, that was just crazy. So and like I said, that was the best fighting scene I've seen thus far on this show. So yeah, man, this episode was really strong to me. I give it a 9 out of 10. If you guys seen this episode, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. As always, this is Q's Insight. I am Cali, and until next time.